Hello there and welcome to United Fan TV GH. I know it's been a very long one and apologies for that, but then let's get straight into business. I know some of you, or most of us, are really unhappy about our transfer dealings. In the past few weeks, you've been able to get Maguire, Wan-Bissaka, and Daniel James in. So far, Romelu Lukaku has left or is leaving to Inter Milan. Herrera, as we already know, left on a free, and Valencia also was released from the club. But then our expectations were very high when Ole came during the last bit of last season to tell us that a lot of quality players are eager to play for United, and also would be shifting some on because he wants to be successful, and most or some of these players, I must say, will not be around. But then the situation doesn't look promising at all at the moment. It's transfer day deadline, and we've sold our most prolific striker, or we are selling our most prolific striker without any replacements. Names have been thrown in here and there as usual. Every other name in the world is linked to Man United when it comes to football transfers. We're hearing the news on Mandzukic to United, and reliable sources now, I think Sky were reporting it, and also BBC, that the deal doesn't look likely to happen because United are reluctant to meet their £40 million valuation of the striker, and also because Juventus don't think they would get a replacement. You know, there was supposed to be a swap deal between Lukaku and Dybala, and that fell through because of various reasons, chief amongst them being the fact that United were not ready to meet his demands. Talking about demands here, I mean the wages and also some image rights and all that. But then, all in all, it's been a disastrous window so far. I believe I don't think we've had proper planning, and that has always been the case with United since Ed Woodward took charge of transfers. And it's amazing that a big club like Manchester United are still struggling to get their acts together when it comes to strategy in terms of their football, because it doesn't look promising on paper, although the football itself, the play itself has improved. If you follow the preseason, you realize that there is a pattern developing, and Ole has a way that he wants to play. But then with these type of things, it takes time. You need patience, and I'm sorry, but then football currently, I don't know how patient United would be with Ole. If you don't have that patience, then you buy quality players who can fit in at least to the system that the manager wants to play. So we've not done that, and Ole seems confident in the squad that he has. Others are strengthening around us, the likes of Tottenham, Man City, the Arsenal. You see people improving their squad, but then, well, we've signed very good defensive players, of course. Wan-Bissaka, arguably the best right back in the league, and also Maguire, a very commanding central midfielder. So it's not that terrible at the back, but we are lightweight in midfield. We are only an injury away from an injury on Paul Pogba away from being an ordinary side, or when his head is turned by Madrid. Because, you know, even if the transfer for the English clubs ends today, the European clubs have until, I think, September 2nd or so to conclude deal. So what about if Madrid keeps bothering us with all these pullback transfers, and his head is turned, and there's the unrest and all that? What about that? Then what happens? Then we become very ordinary, because the match is very slow. Fred hasn't found his feet yet, and McTominay is just coming in. So We are talking about the over reliance on all these young boys, the Greenwoods, the Gomez, Ghana, Chong. Let's be real. They are young. They cannot deal with the pressure of competing week in week out, the pressure on delivering. We have European days, be it Europa, but then they are still not first team players. They may come in here and there, but then you cannot totally put so much pressure on them and rely on them to save your season. So it's going to be a very long season for Man United. I don't know how you feel. You can tell us how you feel, but then I think our expectations should be measured, or yeah, we should be measured with our expectations so that we are not disappointed so much. But then I believe the football itself will improve, but then the squad will be stretched. Yes, the squad will be stretched, and hopefully we get something very good. I would like to hear from you as always, and your opinions and your thoughts. And before I go, I know a lot of us wanted Bruno Fernandes in. I don't know why we are still not going in for him. 70 million euros, probably too much. But then it's deadline day. We can still negotiate add-ons. There are so many ways to. Arsenal bought Nicolas Pepe with literally no money at all. So why can't we structure a very good deal and get at least something to appease the fans? Because I did a poll on Twitter about whether or not about either Christian Eriksen or Bruno Fernandes coming in, and an overwhelming majority opted for Bruno Fernandes. I don't know how many of you have seen him play, but then I've seen quite a few times, and I think he would massively improve our midfield. So tell me what you think, and hopefully the season goes very well for us. Thank you, and bye bye. See you soon.